Hey everybody, I just wanted to put a video up for you, give you a little encouragement. And I didn't live stream this time, but I still hope that you'd be able to take the time to watch this and get a little encouragement for today. And it's Wednesday morning. I'm recording this about 11:30, I guess. And I've missed going to breakfast the past couple of weeks. Um, usually we've got a group of folks that meet at breakfast time and be able to hang out and with the ladies and the gentlemen that are usually there. And so I'm missing that. But um, here we are, day 2 into our stay-at-home order. And I couldn't help but think of our study through Philippians that we did just a couple of months ago. Excuse me. And it's interesting. If you remember this study in Philippians, that's great. But if you don't, this is just a little bit of a review, I guess. But if you remember, the Apostle Paul, when he wrote the letter to the Philippians, was under house arrest himself. His was a little bit different than what ours is. He was chained up to a guard 24/7. He was not allowed to leave the house to go get groceries. He had to have things brought to him. He was only allowed to have, I think, one or two guests, um, kind of at a time, and he was there. He was under house arrest, and here we are. We find ourselves with this order to stay at home and to distance ourselves from folks, and as we try to stop this spread, or at least slow the spread of this virus that's going on. And um, I couldn't help but think of what Paul's attitude was during that time. And I just wanted to read a few things from the book of Philippians this morning, and just to share with you just Paul's attitude during his house arrest, and hopefully encourage you to kind of have the same attitude. And if you remember, one of the very first points that I made when we were going through this study was the fact that our current situation or our current circumstances can either make us better or they can make us bitter. And I'm really hoping that this current situation, in some way, somehow, is making you better, a better husband, a better wife, a better father, a better man, a better woman, a better follower of Jesus Christ. I'm really hoping that this makes you better and it doesn't make you bitter. I know that that is kind of hard, especially when you're cooped up inside, and if you've got kids running around like I do, some days they're like, you know what I mean? But anyway, the Apostle Paul in the first chapter of Philippians, remember he's under house arrest. Um, uh, Chapter 1, verse 3 says, I thank my God upon every remembrance of you, always in every prayer of mine, making request for you all with joy. And so he says, I thank my God upon every remembrance of you. He's not thinking of himself. He's not thinking of the poor situation that he's in right now. He is thinking about others. He's thinking of other believers, other brothers and sisters in Christ, others that may be going through a little bit of the same thing, or that are under persecution. But with this church in Philippi, he's thinking about these brothers and sisters in Christ that are there. And so he's not thinking about himself. He's not letting his current situation get him down. He's thinking about others. He goes on to say, verse 7, just as it is right for me to think this of you all, because I have you in my heart, inasmuch as both in my chains and in the defense and confirmation of the gospel, you are all partakers with me of grace. Verse 8, for God is my witness, how greatly I long for you all with the affection of Jesus Christ. Not only does he say that I'm thinking of you, but he says I'm longing for you. And I know that's the case for me. That's the case for my family. We are longing for the day when we can get back together and we can worship together in the sanctuary that God has provided for us. But until then, we're just going to have that longing. We're thinking of you guys. We're longing for y'all. And we're hoping that soon and very shortly we'll be able to get back together. I know that President Trump said yesterday he was hoping for an Easter. He'd love to see churches full that Easter Sunday. Oh, how amazing would that be? But we realize that that may not happen. But if it does, that would be so awesome. But the Apostle Paul goes on to say, verse 9, and this I pray, that your love may abound still more and more in knowledge and all discernment, that you may approve the things that are excellent, that you may be sincere and without offense till the day of Christ, being filled with the fruits of righteousness, which are by Jesus Christ, to the glory and praise of God. Not only is he thinking of people, not only is he longing to be with them, but even in his own house arrest, his own what would seem like a bad situation, he's praying for folks. He's praying for everybody else. And I'm here to tell you this morning, right now, we have been praying for everybody. We've been praying for all of you. And we're hoping that everybody is staying healthy. We're hoping that everybody is staying sane. I know that that can be a struggle sometimes as well, but we are praying for you. We're thinking of you. We are longing for you, and we are praying for you, just as the Apostle Paul was when he was under house arrest. And I want to encourage you to do the same for your brothers and sisters in Christ. Do the same for your neighbors. Do the same for your neighborhood. Just be praying for these folks, because it's not easy. Everybody is kind of going through the same thing. Everybody wants to be able to get out, and the sun is shining right now. I'm looking out my bedroom window. The sun is shining. I'm looking at a squirrel, actually two squirrels, one on either side of the road. Piper, our dog, she's been going nuts watching these things out the window. But it's nice outside, and we're able to get outside. We can take a walk. That's one thing that the Apostle Paul couldn't do. All right, he couldn't get outside, but we can. We can go outside, take a walk, ride a bike, just get some fresh air, sit out on the deck, sit out on the porch. It's okay. Enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy the day the Lord has made. All right. I just wanted to encourage you for a few minutes this morning, and I hope that you're doing well. Again, if you need anything, feel free to give us a call, and we'll do our best to do what we can for you. Thanks, guys. Love you all, and we'll see you soon.